Natural Mindfulness, a Human Meditation is a guided meditation with Janet Solyntjes. Janet Solyntjes is a senior teacher in the Shambhala Buddhist tradition and Adjunct Professor at Naropa University. She has completed a professional training in MBSR with John Kabat-Zinn and Saki Santorelli, and is co-founder of the Boulder-based Center for Courageous Living.
I am delighted to be here to help you begin your connection and commitment to this wonderful offering by learning about meditation or revisiting a meditation practice that you have. So what I'll be guiding in is a mindfulness meditation, but we could also just call it a basic meditation or a human meditation. In other words, it's a lot about just coming into who we are as human beings. It's very fundamental and basic. And there are three particular points I want to emphasize before we go into the meditation. Should be pretty easy to remember. They all begin with C. So the first is caring, and the second will be curiosity, and the third is culture. So under the topic of caring, just to know that if you actually care for your mind and body, mindfulness is pretty natural. It just arises without effort. When there's care, we're willing to be attentive and to notice, just as if we were caring for a baby. We notice all of the little movements and the sounds, and we do so with a certain kind of warmth, and in many cases, love. So the quality of caring is important, not just because it'll help you relax, because caring helps us relax, but because then mindfulness becomes more of a natural occurrence, not a special state of mind. And curiosity. I think a lot about John Kabat-Zinn referring to the importance of not knowing, about entering our world, in particular entering a meditation practice with the mind or heart that is not filled with ideas, and also with that sense of beginner's mind. So if you're revisiting a practice, then just entering this morning in that fresh way, being curious, having interest in everything that arises in your experience, and looking at the potential of having bias, which will probably happen. We usually have some sense of aversion to certain experiences in our meditation because we've cultivated those aversions throughout our life. And we have some attractions to certain, sometimes it's just an idea of what meditation should feel like. So remaining curious, having a desire to know something, to be learn something, not so much goal-oriented, but just in that open state. And then the third is culture. So by bringing caring and curiosity to a meditation practice, you are cultivating a culture that is awake, and if done with the right kind of view, is infused with a certain kind of dignity and wholeness and goodness that is already present. And that speaks volumes in our day, and it will start to perhaps permeate your world. So in a way, meditation, you're helping create a culture. It's for you and it's for those around you, and perhaps it's for the global community. But also to be aware that because we grew up in a certain culture, and whatever culture that is, that those influences arise in our meditation. And I'll just give one example. Let's say you're in the culture where any kind of open time or space of mind is filled with forms of entertainment, and that is held in high regard. And therefore, when you sit down to meditate, you are in those gaps where there's nothing happening. You have been sort of influenced to create some form of entertainment to be occupied. So both culture means both that we enter, having been influenced by the culture that we live in, but also that we're creating or transforming culture while we're meditating. So caring, curiosity, and culture. So the meditation I will just guide as we go, and you can just listen to the words if you're in front of a screen, a computer screen. I'm going to suggest you maybe turn your chair a little bit so that you don't feel like you have to look. There's not something I will be doing that you need to look at. Mostly you need to listen and see if you can let the instructions inform your practice and your way of being. So we'll begin. I'll strike a gong. It's not necessary, but I will just to mark our time together, and then we'll begin. So beginning by noticing what it feels like to be you right now. So you're in a position, hopefully, that is upright and some feeling of strength and softness and wakefulness. And just by taking the posture and knowing you're about to meditate, you may already begin to feel a little bit about what it is to be human right now in your body and with your mind and heart. You have a particular spot that you're seated upon. With a posture that has dignity. Continuing with this theme of noticing what it's like to be a human being right now, just beginning to tune into the temperature of your body, the feeling of clothes against your skin, the weight of your body, any sounds in the room. So coming home to your body, and as you're exploring what it feels like to be in your body, also including noticing the breath. Caring about both the body and the breath, and noticing any natural qualities of being present, being mindful. And in addition to feeling the body and the breath, you might have already noticed thoughts that have come into awareness, maybe thoughts that have pulled you away from being present in the body. And they're not seen as any kind of problem in meditation. They're part of being human. At the same time, in meditation, you notice when the thinking mind or the presence of strong emotions pulls you away from this simplicity of being seated on a spot, awake, aware, and you just simply come back to the feeling of your posture and the breath. Again, focusing on the general attitude of caring, curiosity, so noticing and being curious about the experience right now. And if you haven't already, beginning to explore how you might release or let go or relax a little bit so that you can continue to drop into this most basic or fundamental aspect of being human, being present, open mind and heart. Just coming back to the body, breathing. And letting go and noticing the possibility of letting go with the out-breath. Just letting go on your next out-breath. And again, noticing your posture and the feeling of embodiment. Feeling your breath moving in and out. So as we bring the meditation to a close, just taking a moment to reflect again on what it's like to have a caring attitude towards your experience. And what it feels like to be curious rather than filled with ideas and opinions, biases. And that these qualities can be carried through your day. Hence, you would be affecting the culture, both the inner culture of your experience and the outer culture of your world. And as you hear the sound of the final gongs, just staying in your seat, using the sound to bring you fully into the present and to mark the end of the formal meditation.
To learn more about these teachers and their virtuous activity in the world, please see the information at the bottom of the screen.
Nestled in a beautiful mountain valley in the Colorado Rockies, Shambhala Mountain Center has been a destination for individual and societal awakenment for over 40 years. Every season, extraordinary people gather here to take part in a rich variety of retreats. Some come for a day, some for a weekend, a week, or a month. And some stay for decades. Everyone contributes a little something, or perhaps a big something, to this ongoing endeavor of manifesting good human culture, good human experience. It is said that the potency of the teachings, practice, and blessings that have occurred here over the years, from some of the most powerful teachers of our modern era, have processed the energies of the land in such a way that people's hearts and minds become quite available here. Shambhala Mountain Center is also home to the Great Stupa of Dharmakaya, a monument to human kindness and one of the largest and most significant examples of sacred architecture in North America. Thus, a visit to this mountain valley retreat is not only an occasion to slow down and rejuvenate. It is an opportunity for genuine transformation. Awakened heart, inherent goodness, peace, sanity. Rediscover it here. Radiate it everywhere.